Hello guys, and welcome back to another Battlefront 2 Killstreak breakdown. Today I'll have a 75 Yoda Killstreak on Endor, and I'll first just start off by going over general tips. So one thing that I always do within Yoda is, for the force push, I already know that's how he gets his health back. I only use that if I'm trying to get health back. I don't tend to use it on large groups of people as it tends to be very buggy. So that's my first tip for him, is don't use the force push unless trying to push away heroes or just trying to get health back. Every once in a while it's good in a large situation. If you're being lit up and you can't do anything about it, you have to block and just get back. But the push tends to be very buggy, so don't rely on that too much. Another thing is, I always do one hit and dash through them. That keeps you moving, makes you very hard to hit. And also while doing that, if you're getting lower in health around the 450 mark where he needs his health regen, that's also when I tend to throw my presence, which I always either do when swinging in air or during a mid dash, because that takes away the long animation. For the most part, those are most of my tips. Take good use of his small size, because that is very hard for the enemy team to hit you guys. So always just keep moving, make yourself a very hard target to hit. That's another thing about blocking, is when you're not moving, they can focus in on you better, so just keep moving. When it comes to fighting heroes, you always have to remember that the dash strike goes through them, which is, of course, one very valuable, especially when they're low in health. You can get an easy kill on them just by using that. Another thing is, this once again makes it very hard for them to focus on you and hit you when you're dashing around. And the kill streak should be starting up soon, and we can go over that. Alright, so at the start here, getting my hero. When I spawn, I'm just immediately getting over to where the action is. I see that we only have one objective left, and it's inside for the computer station. I knew there was a lot of people in here from when I died, so I just decided to go in off to the side real fast. Basically getting people really quick. I don't really have time to focus in on me helping my team push up right now. Once I do have them mostly cleared out, I look around over here, and I double back just to make sure they're able to push through. And now I just got stuck on there. I noticed the turret was locked in behind me, and there was no need to take unnecessary damage, so I put it in my block. So I know the officer is still alive in here, so I come over here. As you see, I use the force push because I believe I'm missing a little bit of health regen. And I come outside, helping to push the enemy team back while my team captures the objective. Like I said, doing the one hit dash. Every once in a while it can be annoying when they roll, as it does tend to waste a dash in my case. Also makes you very vulnerable during that split second, while everybody else is still shooting at you and focusing on the one guy. Right here I'm just trying to get them all when they're falling back. Use the dash to catch up to them. The force push missed there. Once again I'm trying to just get some health back. When I'm trying to get health back, I tend to do one hit and just do a small force push. I don't like using a large group of enemy, because in that case it tends to lose more health than actually getting any health back. So for Endor, I always go to the right side, push this objective. It tends to be a lot of people here, but once again, as Yoda, you can do it pretty easily, as he's very hard to focus onto when I'm moving around. I'm not too interested in fighting Darth Maul. Heroes can obviously do a lot of damage. He keeps chasing me anyways, so right now I'm just trying to lose him a bit. I always come up the ramp, try to see that objective. As you can see, he kind of throws me off there. Over here I have Luke helping me, so try to get some damage done to him. As you can see, he's also moving around a lot, making him very hard to hit. For the most part, he lost a little bit of health there, so he's falling back now. I decided it's safe to come up here, see how many of the enemy team are up here, because this is where they tend to go. As you can see, they're not going after the objective, and I just decided to switch sides of the map. Over here is their spawn area. I didn't see anybody coming up from there. Also, the ATSTs are kind of shooting. Definitely a thing to watch out for Endor is the ATSTs, as they tend to, every once in a while they will go after and target the heroes. Other times they'll just shoot at you when you get close and do a lot of damage, so you just have to be careful for them sometimes. Same thing for speeder bikes, which as you can see right now, I'm not having too big of an issue with them. At this point I'm just switching sides of the map, trying to find where they're spawning in at. Staying very deep so I can kind of get them from behind. Always using their bullets just to try to find out where they are. Heavies are a dead giveaway when they're shooting at the AT-AT. The sentries are obviously pointing up at the AT-AT, so I know it's not my own team, I know it's them. Another thing to remember about Yoda is his lunge distance isn't always the best, so you have to get closer on them if you want to hit the person that you're going after. It doesn't have a long lunge distance like Rey or Anakin. At this point I'm just staying around here. All of them were far pushed up and they're coming back because the boundaries moved. Right here you see I have a little bit of trouble with a speeder bike, so I'm just going to fall back. I definitely don't want to take damage from him and just wait for my team to deal with him, kind of, because there's not really anything a saber hero can really do against speeder bikes. That's one thing I do really hope they fix, make it more fair between vehicles and heroes, allow the heroes to do something against them. So at this point I'm just going over. I noticed the ATST there, so I'm watching out for him. I decided to go behind him. At this point I just jumped down. I don't want to be anywhere near him if he turns around on me. Another ATST, but I saw a couple over here. I get there more fast and I decide to go inside the cave. Once again, just keeping cover from ATSTs. I noticed the heavy on the objective. The jump trooper, he was 2 hits luckily, so he obviously didn't have more health equipped. At this point, as you can see, the ATST is going after me, so at this point I'm just getting as far away from him as I can. Another thing that I forgot to mention is always remember to turn off the saber, especially at nighttime. It will just make you a very easy target to see, to focus on. So turning it off makes you really hard to see. You can sneak up on people really easily, and it just makes you so much harder to get. They can be looking for you, and because you're Yoda, of your small size, and you don't have your saber out, half the time they won't even be able to see you. So whenever I'm not using it to attack, I always just put the saber down. I'm pushing over here. This is kind of where the spawn point is. As you can see, it moved back. So I'm just looking for anybody moving back. I didn't notice anybody, so I started to come over here toward their objective points where they're going to be going around. Here I noticed a speeder bike. They can be very annoying at Endor. I'm watching out for him because they can be very annoying, especially later in this part of the game. Also, of course, the mall is still alive. So what I normally do around here is I hang around the objective. Of course, that's where they all go to at this point in the game. The spawn is right behind me right now. I tend to hang around there. They don't really expect you to spawn trap them, so you can get some pretty easy kills off. But after a while, they will start expecting it if you hang around there too long. So it's okay to fall back a little bit and then push back up. Of course, it's out of bounds, so you have to be careful in doing it too, so you don't get caught out. I've died multiple times of just going out of bounds here, trying to push for kills. So right now, I'm just hanging around the spawn area, hanging around the objective area. This is where all the people tend to be. This is mainly where you want to hang around. As you can see, there's an ATST there, so I decided to fall back inside the forest again. I like to use that tree as my cover. It's still in bounds, and it's a really big object for them to shoot around. Right here I see the ATST shooting here again. He didn't really pay attention to me, so I was able to get out of there without him coming over and stepping me or something, which could have been a major issue. So at this point they're falling back again. I ignored them, go after the specialist who isn't paying attention, get back a little bit of health. Another thing to be careful of here again is ATSTs and speeder bikes. They love targeting you in this area, especially after a kill streak has started. So I was being very cautious of that, and often you have to switch sides of the map multiple times just to avoid them. I see the ATST over there. There's two of them around me. Both of them are shooting at me, so I decided to fall back, get around some cover, get the officer while I'm going over, and go after the objective real fast. This is also a point where they can do a lot of damage with the objective. If you're not careful, they can end the game right here, so also focus on the objective a little bit at this point. Notice there's a lot of people down there. All of them were once again focusing on the objectives, so they had their back turned. This went up to flank them from behind. The mistake that I made right here is I ran straight onto that specialist, who was able to land a couple of shots on me. I should have dashed side to side, just trying to get him to miss his shots, but as you see, I just ran straight onto him. The assault was rolling around me. I did waste a dash on him, but eventually I just hesitated, waited for his roll, for a second roll, and just got him while he came back up. The ATST is over here again. Once again, he keeps going after me. I fall back around here. Notice that the second one is behind me, so I just start switching the sides of the map. So like I said, I was switching maps at this point, sides of the map. Didn't want to get hit by the ATSTs. Right there, my 10-minute recording ended. So during that time, I did get a couple of kills. I went to the other side of the map, came back, and restarted my recording in a safe place. As you can see, they now have to start moving back. The ATSTs, they decided to stay standing, and they did chase me around for a little bit, as they do like to target heroes and get a lot of quick kills on the on your classes as well. Right here, once again taking advantage of Yoda's small size, I go right into them and kill them before they can do much damage. I'm moving around as much as possible because, as you can see, there's a ton of enemies. So holding still for even half a second can be really detrimental to my health. As you see, I lost quite a bit of health there. I came in here to regain some of it. My teammates are there. They did a great job of supporting me. I noticed Phasma was there along for Droid, so I decided to back away. There's no point in just going over there and getting stunned. At this point, I'm sort of just working side to side, trying to push them back. I get the Death Trooper here, and then I believe I start heading back, finishing up a couple guys who are still pushed high on our team. Notice Phasma's Droid there. I tried jumping up out of the way. I tried getting up there. Obviously, I missed. Now, this is one of their doors that come out from their spawn. It's a great area to keep them back at just one small point. As you saw there's a Stinger. So if I hear a Stinger pistol, see a Stinger pistol, he's my main focus because I don't want to have him hit me once and then have to wait 10 seconds before help regen. I noticed Boss was there. His proximity mines were also there. I decided to jump up and get out of that. I saw that Obi-Wan was up here. He seemed to have taken care of most of the troopers up here. I jumped back down to their spawn area and keep working around, going side to side, just spawn trapping them, keeping them back off the objective. Some of the things about these doors on Endor is these ones here in the last phase, all of them open up from the back side, so you can't go out of bounds, the door can close and you can get back out of it. That's one thing that's very important to pay attention to on all the maps, is what doors can you get back out of and what doors are you going to be trapped in. But for all of them on Endor, you can get back out of it on this last phase. As you see right here, had a little bit of a lag. I noticed that Vader came through, which I didn't notice before, so the lag actually kind of saved me there. came back down and noticed there were 2 heavies over here. Get them off the sentry first as he was closest to me. At this point, I see that game is kind of being pushed and our team is on the objective. Kylo Ren came through there. I was kind of surprised that the force push did kill him. It was nice because it got back up my health, which was beforehand pretty low. So once again, I'm just staying here, spawn trapping them. Like I said, this door does open back up from behind, so I was fine with going back far in their land. Got my last couple of kills, and I believe that was my last one before the round ended. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Let me know what you guys would like me to do differently in the future. I will have a couple of all the uploads coming out. If you guys would like to see another Killstreak breakdown, I have a 49 rate Killstreak on Naboo that I could do, or I could just have that as a regular Killstreak. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for stopping by.